Hey, fellas, Commission's here on playoff weekend, and things are looking interesting as we figured they would be. The matchups that we had, as I sent out on the email, had who we're looking at No Limit versus Real Deal, the 1-8 matchup in one bracket. They will match up with the winner of the 4-5 game, which I believe is uh, Bomb Squad and Cheddar Wizzies. I think. Don't quote me 100% on that. I'm not looking at what I sent out. I know they match up with the 4-5 matchup, and then we have the Eagles and Don Mega with the 2-7 matchup, and the winner out of that game will play Crusher. Yeah, Crusher and Just for Fun. No, I'm sorry. I think Crusher and Just for Fun is a 4-5 matchup. So Eagles, Don Mega, Bomb Squad, Cheddar Wizzies are in one bracket, and No Limit, Real Deal, Crusher, and Just for Fun. Is in I'm sorry, Bomb Squad and Cheddar Wizzies are in the other bracket. So right now, we saw what happened last week with Don Mega with the big comeback on Superfly, down 50 points, put up a monster game, part of a champion. What can you say? Superfly didn't show up, put up 35 points after averaging about 80 the previous 3 weeks, and just a bad game at the wrong time. So that's where we are. That's how the dice roll. But right now, everything looks pretty balanced. No Limit obviously was doing a good job, kind of pulling away there at the end of the season. And but he's got problems. You know, Houston without Matt Schaub, they don't have a quarterback, which affects Andre Johnson, who I think is out again today, uh, along with Arian Foster. So right now, Arian Foster has no points in the second quarter, and I think Andre Johnson is out. So that could be an interesting game there based on that. We'll see how that all plays out. Um, Needless to say, Aaron Rodgers is the hammer, so you automatically can assume he's always going to give you 20 to 30 every game. So Real Deal already has to fight or overcome that right off the bat. So we'll see what Phillip Rivers does. I think that's going to be a big difference maker. If Phillip Rivers can put up a solid game to match Aaron Rodgers, then things may balance out a little bit. But obviously, Real Deal is going to need some help from some of these players uh, that are not normally stepping up. Probably Jordy Nelson needs to do something to counteract Aaron Rodgers' production. Uh, Maybe Ahmad Bradshaw could be somebody else to watch. So Real Deal needs some help, but we'll see how it all plays out. Eagles Don Mega. Right now, Don Mega's up 16-10. 6 minutes left in the second quarter, and Drew Brees isn't doing anything. So that's critical. Now, Bill still has a lot of weapons. Adrian Peterson, you know what? He's playing, but he hasn't carried the ball yet into the second quarter. So that's a concern for Bill. I don't know if he's playing, but he has no yardage, and they're down 28-7, which means that Minnesota's going to have to throw the ball a lot. So a big game from AP is not likely. Marshawn Lynch has been playing well of late, so uh, Bill's going to look like he's probably going to need Breeze to come on and pick it up, and then get Marshawn to do something. Otherwise, Don Mega may come from that seventh spot and pull an upset. So we'll kind of watch that game closely moving out throughout the rest of the day. But right now, Bill has a lot of his players going, and they're not doing anything. Steve Smith, Marcus Colston, Lance Moore, uh, Bryant, all of those guys aren't doing anything. So Don Mega just put up another seven. Andy Dalton, 22-10. So yeah, Bill's gonna have to turn it around. It's gonna be interesting to watch this game. The next game go down to is Crusher. Assuming I think that's the no, I'm sorry. Let's go Bomb Squad Cheddar Wizzies first. And Cheddar Wizzies, once again, they got a hammer with Tom Brady, 7 points so far through the second quarter. Uh, Definitely should be favored over the Bomb Squad. I think Bomb Squad had I think a game or two that was pretty decent at the end of the season, but this game probably was pretty well matched. Tom Brady rather had kind of slowed down towards the end part of the season. Had kind of picked it up, I think, the last week or two, and seems to be somewhat back on pace, although they're down right now to Washington 14-7, New England is. So we'll see how that continues to play out. But that should probably be a pretty good game. Miles Austin is back. for Bomb Squad. So we'll see how that works out. And Laurent Robinson, who have been doing really well for Bomb Squad the last 5 or 6 weeks since Miles Austin was out. We'll see how that plays out as far as can they spread the ball around enough to make both of those players productive. So still a pretty close game, 28-17. Still a lot of ball game to play there. The final game, Crusher, just for fun. Crusher's kind of putting it on him right now, 43-19. Still has his quarterback to play. LaShawn McCoy, 2 rushing touchdowns. And the Lions D, 2 defensive touchdowns. Wow. That's how you shut somebody down. You can get 2 defensive touchdowns in a game. That's a good recipe for a victory. So right now, just for fun, got a lot of work ahead of them. Got to get Flacco to put up another couple of touchdowns, get Reggie Bush in the end zone, and some other help. But right now, it's not looking too good. So we'll see how that game plays out. But Crusher looks like he's in a good role right now moving forward. So anyway, that's kind of where we are going into the semifinals. So we'll watch these games, see how they play out. And hey, anything can happen. I think this is pretty wide open this season, and anything can happen when they get in these playoffs, as it was, I think, even last season. So it should be interesting. So good luck, fellas, and we'll follow up next week. Talk to everybody then.